up, Juice? Hey.
I'm in sync with the earth. 10 toes deep, flower child from the turf. I never switch sides, like even when I die, I'ma ride for the squad. Let her ties in the hearse. I've been on a vibe, kinda hard to describe. I'm in between, I'm good and it's fine, but I'm tired of the grind. Then I come alive in the night to realize I'm in the middle of the time of my life. I never sold pack for the stack, never lied on the rap. Got a bag from the way that I write it. Queen looking Tyson, do that ass survive, doing 80 to the house. Then I hit it to the sky, change haters on a tirade. Talking to the grip in the face, be still, let that hit stuff fade. We all want the same, we all want a meal in the safe. I wanna live like I'm trying to reach enlightenment. Trail spill from my lips, feel big from the bib. Take a sip till I pass out. Try and get grit, but it don't make sense. Cause you can lose life on this fast route. Yeah, turn thoughts to a cash cow. I might flip that to the glass house. I don't need the accolades, I'm in love with the chase. I just wanna eat, save a spot at the table. Beast with the slap, pin myself on the map. You long with the wind, but we knowing that it's cap. 5-hour flights, couple nights at the flat. To be real, couldn't see me making moves while I'm at. I'm still on the grind, limit time when I chat. I'm burning down sage, keep the demons away. When I write it, give a piece of myself to the page. I don't do it for the praise, love, that's just how I'm made.
Truth in the glass in the mirror.
Yeah.
Do it at me, old man, tryna pass in the fear. You're the first one to talk, but the last one to hear. Eyes blurry, but I couldn't see the ass, and he cleared down. Start to feel like I'm on one.
Hope you guys doing well.
I'll be here
Last
for
day
the
of the
long
week.
run. I'm a slave for the cash, got snakes in the grass, no brakes on the ad, but it's all fun. We done seen it all, heard it all. Heard enough, give me space before I murder y'all. 10 bad bitches here, I'ma curb them all. 12 missed calls, and I still made a curtain call. Here to light it up, lighten up. Hear him talking, they ain't right enough, tighten up. Everything that I came for, I left with. I don't bang sets, I just bang on the set list. Going past supper when I came for the breakfast. Put me in your prayers, I might put you on the guest list. Young niggas in me reckless. Gold in my soul, got the same on my necklace, bitch.
Almost there, almost there. Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the final day of the week. We survived once again the week so far. Just one session left. Are we going to make it happen today again? Are we going to secure ourselves? Is our risk management going to be on point, even if our directional bias is not correct? Let's do it. Let's make it happen. All right? Fantastic stuff here. I'm happy to have you guys here on a day-to-day basis with us. As always, of course, supporting LTA concepts, putting in the work. The results are absolutely showing in Discord right now. People passing their challenges. People passing up or growing their live accounts. Finally, the results are absolutely unbelievable for the first 6 weeks of release. Just the beginning, ladies and gentlemen. Just the beginning. We're going to have a very beautiful time together. We have a lot more things to cover. A lot more entry models to go over it. A lot more things to discuss in regards to risk management. This is going to get released in the second ebook. It's going to come. It's going to come your way very, very soon. You will be updated very, very shortly. Let's make it happen, fam. Haha. Yes, sir. Let's talk about a couple things here. Let's check out real quickly if you have something to worry about, something to think about in regards to the timing of news potentially here, right? Only thing is the durable goods orders in around 8 minutes. That's it. Nothing fantastic. Nothing crazy. All right, let's get this over with. And then we talk about our plan. All right, we always have a plan. We never come here without a plan. You can call me the man with the plan. All right, we'll make sure that we're good here. Make sure that when you trade with us, if you trade with us, that you understand why we're doing what, right? Why we're trading the way we're trading, because we have a unique approach to the markets. All right, a lot of testing, a lot of work, a lot of effort went into LTA concepts. That's why we've created for you the free trading warm-up. 74 pages for now, 74 pages of pure savage information. All right, including entry models, including the explanation, including a backstory of where we came from. All right, the grind, the struggle, day in, day out. It's great to have you guys here. Let me see what we have in the chat with us. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the support. Appreciate that. All right. As always, almost 600 likes. We have not even started yet. The LTA Concepts yearly membership is opening soon. We have been closed for a long time, actually. A month already. Time flies, man. We only work with 100 people right now in our group. And the results speak for themselves. Incredible. All right, Elena. Thank you so much. I saw your email. Appreciate it. Mondo. My man. Mondo started the spot room challenge. Risk management, my G. Risk management. Gabriel, good to see you. Steve. Sarmat. Sarmat is also a G. Amari. Grant. Gavin Dantas. The guy. Man, you have no idea what he's doing behind the scenes. Unbelievable. Rafal. Trader Andy, my man. Snowfall. Nice. Lord Blanket. My man. My man. Nish. Yeah, man. You guys are back. You guys are back. All right. Let's talk gold. Let's talk gold. You guys like to talk about gold, right? It's your favorite thing in the world. Gold. Oh? All right. Well, then we're going to talk about gold. Let's do it. First of all, we're now currently in the tunnel, right? You guys can see it here. The previous weekly POC, the fixed value area high. All right. We have been coming down. Of course, we had also a reaction from the previous weekly value area high. That's one of the key level that we worked with 2 days ago. Okay. Break even there. We had our previous Sunday open, right? The opening price of last week where we took our trade from was a winning trade. Great. Price came down, dropped further. And is now back, and this is interesting, is now back at this specific trading range right here, okay? Which is still a higher low right there, okay? We still have created, a higher high from that initial range here. So we started to consolidate aggressively, and we started to expand, creating a higher high here. Now potentially we're back retesting that initial range right there, all right? So that's a very important range to take in consideration. If you utilize the higher time frames as well here on the weekly, all right, you can see now that we're tapping into that weekly, potential support here. All right, so do take that in consideration. Gold is not looking that strong at this particular moment, though. The dollar is also not looking that strong either. The only thing that's looking strong today is the 10-year yield. The 10-year yield has been shooting up quite aggressively right now. Is also facing that resistance. If you start to break out, gold is going to come down, right? The gold will still push down further because you kind of have seen somewhat of a... simple breakout retest. I don't like to make it too complicated with the 10-year yield here, but it's important for gold when trading gold to understand what's happening here. Because this could be a break, retest, continuation play. If that happens, gold is going to flip and turn over. And we have not seen the lows yet. The lows could be at around the fixed POC right at that smaller range here. So we're talking specifically this particular range right here, which I'm very interested in. To see if price can get into this range potentially here, and bounce from it. However, at this particular moment, we're now perfectly centered in a beautiful, beautiful range. Very nicely range, okay? By the way, if you want to utilize the Limitless LTA Concepts Higher Time Frame Candles Multi-Overlay, it's a free indicator. It sets in the higher time frame next to your chart. So if you're trading on a 1 hour, you know exactly what your key levels are, and you put it right next to your higher time frame, and you can change this to any time frame you want. So if you want to have the daily, you have the daily. And if you want to have the weekly, you have the weekly, the monthly, whatever you want. You can put it next to your chart right here automatically. You can just put it there. You can always watch it instantly to see what happens on the higher time frame. Super useful. If you don't have it yet, get into our Discord. Very important. Come up, go to the LTA indicator section, right? You click on that link, LTA indicator right there. You click on the higher time frame candles multi-overlay and you add it to your favorite indicators right here below. Or you copy the code, whatever you want. One of those, okay? So join our Discord, get in, click on the link and you have it for yourself. Very nice, very nice. The limitless LTA concepts, higher time frame, multi-overlay. All right. Of course, the other one is also there. The session breaks indicator, you already should know what it is right now. The way we're implementing it, okay? So there are two reasons now. We have the fixed value area high, which is from this big range, right? We came below it, we came back above it. We reclaimed that level. We're now holding support at that level, all right? Which is the 2337.5. However, then we have a rejection from the 2343.5, which is the previous weekly POC here, okay? Which is, in essence, the beginning of the week till the end of the week. If you draw the volume profile from the beginning till the end, something like this here, you have the fixed range volume profile. It measures all the orders that were executed last week, and it gives you a certain amount of levels here. And the red line is the area where the most orders were placed. The most contracts were executed at exactly that level, 2343.5. And this is now obviously where you respond from, all right? You reject from it in this case. You also saw a little bounce from it. No entry model from there. But now we're below it and we're rejecting from it. So now we're in what we call the tunnel, okay? The famous tunnel. You guys know it by now, all right? Breaking out of the tunnel, trade setup. Potentially looking for the confirmation with the 10-year yield. See if it makes sense. See if the 4-hour candle aligns, right? And based upon that, we know what to do here, all right? At the same time, if the 4-hour does the following, we close above it, right? We close above it. The next 4 hours sets in a bottom wick and it breaks the high. We're going to look for a 4-hour continuation play to the upside. We're going to go for a 4-hour trade to the upside, okay? Which is going to be an entry there, stop loss below. We can always maybe look for the internal structure, internal range, internal trade setup to the upside. But most importantly, that's the bigger play on the bigger time frame, right? It's that 4-hour candle closure in 30 minutes. If we tap into it and we come up and we break the highs, we're looking for that continuation because then we have an official confirmation from the fixed value high, double wick confirmation, entry model 1 on the breakout, okay? Reclaim, retest, retest, breakout, entry, stop loss, continuation, okay? Let's get over with the news. We have around 30 seconds for the news to come. And yeah, think about the two scenarios here. If you continue to draw down here back towards the lows of that initial range, okay, which also aligns pretty well with the daily. If you look here at the daily time frame, right, this is the daily right here. You're going to see rejection from the previous weekly point of control. You're going to see a flip, and we're going to go towards the fixed POC. From there, though, we want to enter earlier. We don't want to enter on the flip. We want to enter on that break and closure below, because that's a bigger move, all right? A 210 pip move here. I am aware that it's Friday, and I'm also aware that we're tapping into that weekly support. So we have to really pay very close attention to where this 4-hour candle closes. With the news right now, you know, what is going to happen is we're going to have maybe somewhat of a movement. I don't expect too much, okay? Positive for the dollar, not good for gold, so to say, all right? Dollar responding, a little bit, not really, right? Nothing spectacular here. So anyways, if we close below it, above the fixed value area high, and we break above the previous weekly POC, it's that continuation play. We might look for a small closure on the lower time frame, and then look for a continuation trade. If we close below it, this might be showing that gold is still not there with the reversal for this week, and it might just be simply, you know, waiting for, you know, a potential rejection play towards the downside. All right, up is around 170 pips, down is around 210 pips. Of course, your entry is going to be somewhat higher, so you have to, you know, adjust a little bit. But the risk to reward is good. That's what matters. The risk to reward is looking very, very nice. So very important. As long as your risk to reward stays good and there is enough momentum, there is enough volume. It could be because it's Friday, right? You never know. Fridays are always crazy, or most of the time crazy. So based upon that, let's see if we can get a recovery on a Friday. And if not, if we just simply are looking for a continuation down. The last thing I want to share was the following though, and that is gold on the higher time frame. So gold on the monthly. There we go. We have around 7 days left in 9 hours, right? 7 days and 9 hours left for that monthly candle to close now. All right. When do I stay completely bearish for a longer period of time? That is practically if you can close a weekly candle below the 22.80 and 98. If you start closing below this on a weekly candle, man, then we can come down potentially towards the 21.86, 21.90. You know, look for short setups based upon the daily, the previous weekly, whatever the case may be here. You know, always with volume key levels that we work with. But in this case right now, you know, keep in mind that we're kind of, you know, have somewhat of potential support here that we have to take in consideration. I'm not that impressed though. Let's be honest, I'm not that impressed yet with the support. It's still not looking that strong whatsoever. So, you know, a push down could be reasonable. And if the monthly candle closes and it flips bearish, yo, that's not good for gold. That's not good for gold. All right, 7 days left and we know. So one more trading week next week and we know where this monthly candle closes. And then it's going to be, yeah, either a massive potential reversal play, right, on the higher time frame, back down towards some of our key levels here. Or we close above it and we held that support and we might just come up and try to come up again, which is also a potential scenario. So yeah, do take that all in consideration. For now, what we care about, of course, is our own levels, right? Making sure that we are fully aligned here. And then, yeah, we should be good, fam. We should be good, all right? Where are my key levels? Where are my key levels? Yep. Okay. I don't know what happened. Otherwise, we put them in again. Okay. Anyways, let me put them in again real quick. We'll take a second. In regards to the dollar is yeah, it's getting rejected from the zone, right? Weekly resistance. Also, if you go to the higher time frame, the weekly resistance on the dollar right here. All right, you came back, weekly candle broke above. It tapped into the previous weekly value high, which is also the weekly body resistance right here. So what is the weekly previous weekly value high? Also one of our key levels based upon volume. Right, the point of control was there. We bounced from it. We got rejected from the previous weekly value high. Okay, so also aligning with the higher time frame as well. So for now, the dollar is not looking that strong, fam. Do take that in consideration. So anything is possible, you know, when, you know, talking about specific potential entry models or whatever the case may be here. So be aware of that. All right. Let me know if it's clear. If so, press a yes in the chat. And then we're going to get back to work. All right. We're going to get back to work with our levels and wait for the confirmation. And 4-hour closure is what matters right now. Right. That 4-hour closure is what we're looking at. Because if you have that 4-hour closure behind us and we bounce and we break the POC, it's game over. It's potentially game over for us. And we might have indeed that recovery that we're waiting for. And if not, then yeah, we break below and we have still a key level to work with. Which is going to be a very important level. Okay, just so you know. Fantastic. If you come down, there's not much to, you know, there's nothing happening in between that. All right, there are still enough reasons for it to come down here. We did though, and this is the beautiful thing, we did manipulate the lows right here, right? And now we reclaimed that level. So this could be a good thing as well, right? So if the dollar stays weak today and the volume kicks in after the 4-hour closure, yeah, then you know what's going to happen. We're going to potentially find a recovery, short-term bounce, something like that. Okay, aligning with the weekly as well. So we will find out. We will see very, very soon how this will go. But yeah, man, we're almost there. 4-hour, and then you know, we should be good. Last level was the 2360. That's a target right there. If we get if you come up with. Beautiful. Perfect. Lorenzo, why don't we take a long if the monthly flips? Because if the monthly flips bearish, you know, taking longs might not be the best idea at first. You know, at the beginning, at least. I would wait for that confirmation. The best thing I would look for is the weekly closure, because if the weekly candle closes below that level we talked about, 22.98, man, so much more downside potential for gold. It's absolutely crazy if you think about it. Yeah, I would be very careful with shorting right away from or from longing when we break that exact level here, because it's a monster level. Monster level, yeah. There we go. Ah, okay, that's why it's not working. I was already confused. Beautiful. Cool. 4-hour closure, fam. If you close in the tunnel, then that break above is going to be super important. And that means that we might be holding support here. On the lower time, we're going to go to lower time frame as well. $20 for the closure here. And then we have what? 3.5 hours. Let's say 3 hours to trade. 3 hours to trade here. 4-hour closures behind us. 3 hours to look for setups. Also, you get that rejection here now from that initial zone. You have to understand, the more liquidity gets built up here, right? The more stop loss get built up here. The longer we stay here, the more liquidity. Why? Because this is what we're doing now. We're swiping the lows internally on the lower time frame. You can see that on the lower time frame right now. All right, the 5 minute took out the lows and is now potentially pushing us up here. All right. So from there to there, it's a really big expansion here, and the risk reward is going to be clean. So yeah. Be a little patient. The 4-hour closure, let it do its thing, because the 4-hour can do a lot of things, right? We can just whoop, turn around. Most manipulation happens around that exact time frame. So let's see where we can take it. Let me look at the chat a bit. Let me see what we have. Trader Tim, the man. Terminator Tim in the building. Shout out to you, Tim. Crushing it as always. One of our mentors here in our academy. The most consistent guy I've ever met in the industry. Incredible. Jonathan says, hey Lorenzo, okay, please have a look at the euro against the yen. It's currently showing entry model 1 on the previous daily value area high at the 1-hour time frame. Okay, while we're waiting for gold, we can do that real quick. Right? Yen rejection. We'll see where the yen will end up. Especially for you, my friend. Let's do it real quick. Where are we looking for? One more time. Entry model 1. Previous daily very high. Did you just... Oh, okay. A reclaim of the previous daily very high. Is that what you mean? Let me see if this is what you meant here. So... Is that what you meant? The reclaim of the previous daily very high? Yeah. Yeah, so in this case, you have the tunnel here, right? Like we said, this is the same thing as what we're going to do now on gold. We have that same exact thing. And if I see something like a 3-candle formation and you break the high, yeah, I'm fine with that, because you have the previous daily POC also securing yourself, right? Backing you up here. So I like that. I like that extra security layer. We always talk about these security layers. Like these are the tunnels we're talking about. So yeah, I think that's fine. It's fine. Yeah. Nothing wrong with it. Lorenzo, can you give me a quick update on Discord change? On the Discord, I've been away for a while. I was a V3 member, but it looks like some changes took place on the channels. Yeah, man. More people are winning now than ever before. Ever since we released our own concept, our own strategy, which took a long time to develop with actually the data backing it up. And we have now integrated that over the last 6 weeks in our community. Our last 4 weeks, 4 or 5 weeks in our community now. So yeah, that's what's happening. LTA based. Yeah. Lorenzo, how long do you think your win streak is gonna be alive? How long my win streak is gonna be alive? I cannot tell you, bro. I would not give you an answer. Okay? No idea. No idea. At some point, we have to take an L. Like, you know, it's unavoidable. But every single time we say, not today. And then next week we say, not today. Not today. Not today. We're gonna find out though. That's it. Come on, Lorenzo, it's 2024. You two start trading Bitcoin, constant volatility. Did you catch the drop yesterday? Constantly trading Bitcoin, yeah. On the side, yeah. Definitely investing a lot as well. I'm pretty aggressive. If you want to know the truth, okay? I actually took a lot of money out of my trading accounts. So I'm pretty heavily exposed right now. Yeah. Part of the game. Profits you take in pips, yeah, like average pips, average risk to reward. We're working it. The most important thing is the risk to reward that we're creating. And at the end of each month, we have an average. We calculate the average, and then we use that for our spreadsheet. And then it's gonna align very well, by the way, to 50 trades. So we have around 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trades to go. And then I can double the risk. Finally. Yeah, man. It takes a long time. It takes a long time. Scaling an account takes a long time. But once it goes and you have the information, you have the data, man, it's exponential. Exponential. So, you know when you're like, you know, the same is with technology, right? The disruption is unbelievable right now. When I grew up, right? I'm a millennial, you could say, right? 29, 30 years old. I grew up with like practically nothing. I grew up with no technology whatsoever. And I've seen that whole wave, right? It took a long time. But what happened the last 5 years, right? Or the last 20 years, took 200 or 300 years to do that beforehand. So that's an exponential growth. What's going to happen in the next 5 years from now? It's going to be so crazy when it comes down to the disruption and the technologies and everything that's coming out. That's exponential. That's compounding. That's what we're doing here. Compounding. So slow, suddenly, boom. 200K, 400K, 600K, 800K, mil. What was the first trading strategy when you started? The RSI and moving average. Yeah. On the 1 hour time frame. the RSI 1 hour moving average strategy. The 50 EMA with the RSI divergence. Yeah, it's definitely not my thing. No, man, never. Never ever I would go back to that type of trading style. Yeah, on the higher time frame, maybe. Like if I would swing like on the daily or like on the weekly, like really higher time frame, maybe. Definitely not on 1 hour time frame. No way. Do I keep any perks of the V3 or is that membership gone? No, you're still in it, so it's just adjusted. Yes. Do you think that new traders have more advantages than when you started? I think so, because there's more information. Like there's just more information, right? Like live trading, I don't know. Did live trading existed 7 years ago? I don't even know if people were live trading 7 years ago on YouTube. That's one layer. So I don't think so. Maybe. I cannot confirm it, but I doubt it. So, no, man, for sure. A lot of guys have a lot more information now to work with. Okay, a lot of wrong information as well, right? A lot more wrong information as well. So it becomes harder to filter out all the shit. That's it. Yeah. Raja was live streaming 7 years ago. Okay, wow, 7 years ago. Okay. Yeah, that's some OG shit then. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. No. Wow. Okay. Yeah. How long have you been live streaming? A year and 9 months. A year and 9 months. Right now. So 2 years, 100K? Reasonable. Reasonable. Lala Story says I also traded live streams on in closed groups. Okay, great. Fantastic. What's your strategy? LTA concepts. Yeah. Yeah, I saw a lot of guys saying like, listen, you know, Lorenzo, price came down and you only were looking for buys. I completely get it. Completely agree with you as well. Yeah, like I'm just proving you that you can make money also in the retracement. Like it's pretty straightforward. Okay. What people tend to want is that one big trade. And that's what they aim for, always. That one massive trade. And that one trade has to be the trade. So they're holding on to their trade for dear life. And then they don't close their trade in profit because, you know, most of the time they're on the wrong end. And they're just holding it and holding it and holding it. So in this case, now that's one layer. You know, price came down. If I would have seen the right entry models at the right moment when price broke down, I would have taken shorts for sure. But I know that when you get to these key levels, price has to respond from it. Price does not just go down forever, right? So any retracement was a setup. Any retracement was a trade, a valid trade, a profitable trade. So, you know, it's hard for guys to grasp here. I rather am wrong with my expectation, but still make money, than being right on my expectation, but not make any money. If that makes sense. So in this case, the entry models, you know, did not align perfectly. The good thing is though, that new entry models will be introduced later on. And it has to do with this. It has to do with this. So yeah, we're gonna talk about this much more also later on. It's gonna be good. It is hard to understand what kind of entry you are looking for whenever I join your streams in between. Yeah, if you hop in and out, yeah, I get it. I get it. If you're that guy that hops like 4 or 5 different streams and you get me here, then yeah, of course it's gonna be difficult. It's gonna be difficult, for sure. Lorenzo, yesterday's email was really motivating. I really appreciate that for saying. Thank you very much. We put a lot of work in writing down these motivational, yeah, you could say wake-up calls for you on a day-to-day basis here. It's a whole other layer after the stream. Like, we're not just trading live and that's it. We have so much more to work with. Like, our work does not stop after the stream. It actually starts after the stream. We get to work, we do the stream, we work before the stream, we work after the stream. So yeah, thank you, man. I really appreciate that. And for the others, I highly recommend to watch these or read these emails. It takes you what, 2 minutes a day max, and it's just here to inspire you a little bit. Market is really choppy today. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That 4-hour closure, number one, is important. I don't want to trade in this tunnel. I want to trade outside of this tunnel. The confirmations will lay within the tunnel with them itself. So for now, what I see is that we're kind of trying to hold on towards the fixed value area high, right? It's a major level, the 2337 and the 2335. It's like 2 levels, right? It's the fixed value area high. It's also the previous weekly value area low. Very closely related to each other. So that's kind of where you're reacting from. Price, of course, very choppy now. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hours, 8 hours of consolidation. And I think the 4-hour candle will give us somewhat of a, yeah, a breakout. The new 4-hour candle development, I think will do it. Up or down does not really matter. We look for internal confirmations after the break. And yeah, for your entry models, go to page 50 now. If price, by the way, if price comes down and it starts breaking down here, yeah, you also have a nice one-to-one right there. It's a little bit of a different approach, but overall I like that too. But I think as long as we stay within it, you know, the dollar is slowing down. The dollar is absolutely, you know, is chilling. It's coming back towards the lows though. So if you start bouncing from it, gold will drop, but the dollar is not there where it should be. The 10-year yield is shooting up. We need more volume. That's all it is. We need more volume. Hello, Enzo, can you give me your analysis again? I just got back from my exam. Oh man, hope your exam went well. I heard you say it yesterday. I hope your exam went well, my friend. I hope you didn't watch too many streams. So you didn't study like you said yesterday. I hope you still studied a little bit. So yeah, I hope everything went well, bro. For the you know, explanation, go a little bit back into the stream. Go a little bit back to the beginning. $1K likes within the first hour. 50 minutes. Thank you. Yeah. Wow. Damn. Damn. LTA in a nutshell. Okay, so for humor for you as well, go back to the beginning. I always have a explanation at the beginning of the stream, so if you're not sure about the entry, go back to the beginning, and then it should be clear. Appreciate it. Indecisive closure, maybe in 2 minutes. If price steps into this high, right? Like I'm really not that worried if we break above here, and you know, we have that resistance here. I just feel we have been building so much now on both sides that we have swiped the lows now, but we have not swiped the highs. So I just see us building all that liquidity above here, potentially breaking above and then going forward, swiping it, and then maybe we're reversing. Who knows? But at least, you know, somewhat of a breakthrough moment. Let's see if the volume will help us here. If it's going to be right now the 4-hour closure, or if it's going to be the New York Stock Exchange, or if it's going to be a boring day. We'll see. Get out of this tunnel. Lorenzo, some LTA strategy is cooking in the New York or Nasdaq around previous daily PUC. Previous daily PUC? You're looking at futures? Just to confirm it? No. I think you're talking about previous daily very low. What's happening here is super interesting though. Like you have this opening price of the week, right? So Nasdaq did this super clean actually. Monday, consolidation, manipulation, expansion. Entry model 1 in there, or entry model 3 in there. Entry model 3 in there. Same thing happened here. Same entry model 3. Broke above here. Created that liquidity here. Never took it out. Swiped up yesterday, of course, Thursday reversal. Going for the lows back to the Sunday open. Bounced perfectly from the Sunday open again. And now reclaims the previous daily value area low. Yeah, that's good. That's a good sign. That's like a good start, for sure. Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, this is what you're seeing now. A potential bounce. If their next candle comes down and it flips and it breaks, yeah, maybe they're looking for the continuation play. But yeah, be aware of the New York Stock Exchange open. All right, be aware of that. Overall, I do like it a lot, bro. I think it's pretty nice. Let me also look at this level real quick. Confirm it for you. Yeah, looking good. Looking good. Especially if you can close above it. Okay, so the 4-hour close right in that range. Flat range, fam. No volume. You can see that. You can see when there is no volume when you create this. When you create constant top wicks, bottom wicks, top wicks, bottom wicks, top wicks, bottom wicks, constantly. No bottom wick, So what's gonna happen now, you're gonna create a top wick. You're gonna set in a bottom wick, potentially. Right, so the consolidation remains, potentially for now. We're gonna see, we're gonna find out. It is the 4 hour. One more hour for some news as well, and then yeah. We're gonna find out. Please look, I'm not getting the fixed very high. Okay, so you have to go to page 38, if I'm correct. Yep, the fixed profiles, page 38. Okay, so you go to, yeah, page 40. Read page 38 till page 42. In this case, if you go to the 4 hour, what you in essence are doing here is just you're building one big range here, right? So you come down, you start building a range, you break out of it. This is what we call the consolidation, right here, right? The consolidation, the expansion. This is the expansion, the retracement. The retracement, continuation, continuation, right? Consolidation, expansion, retracement, continuation. Very nice on the 4 hour, also on low time frames. So you just utilize the profile from the left to the right, from there to there, right? And then you're gonna get this range. You're gonna get the fixed value area high, and this is where you came back into. So matter of fact, when we broke out of it, we retraced into the fixed value area high. That was the consolidation, the expansion, the retracement into your key level, the continuation. Now you're at it again. So you closed below it, you came, you reclaimed it, right? But based upon the current data from the previous week, we now have also the previous weekly range. And we're trading between the previous weekly range and between this big accumulation range. So what we want to do is we want to get out of this accumulation range right now. And that's where we look for our entry models. And then once our entry model potentially occurs, we look at the yield. We look at the dollar. Counter pairs, or like inverted correlated pairs. So if one goes up, the other one goes down. We see what's happening here. We see if there's alignment. And if that's the case, boom shakalaka, right? We have our entry again. That's what we're looking for. Will you trade before the news or after news? It can be before, if the entry model presents itself, if we see some price movement. If you don't see any price movement, yeah, of course, then we have to be patient. There's a question in page 25 in your ebook. Why did we enter on the previous weekly very low and not the previous weekly POC? I think you meant the previous weekly very high. Because the entry, because the moment we came into the POC, right? Look what happened here. The 15-minute tapped into it. We never broke the high. It never showed us an entry model. And we actually closed multiple candles below it. We closed the 50-minute eventually below it, the 30-minute below it. So it was already getting too late. I said I'm not gonna do the hourly. It's getting too late now. So it was a good decision. So that's why we didn't trade the previous weekly PVC. We did trade the PSO. We did trade the previous weekly very high. Yeah. What's your spread and leverage on gold? I think it's like 100. The spread is like a couple pips. It's very low because I have an ECN account. So my fees are pretty high if I hold a position for a while. But it's worth it. It's worth it. For me personally, it's worth it. I think it's worth it if you trade with more than like, you know, 5k, 10k, something like that. Okay, so set in the bottom wick. That's good. That's good. Yield is facing difficulties. That's also good. Yeah. Perfect. Before you went live, it hit the previous weekly POC, and I entered and I put the TP at the previous weekly very low, so 23.35, right? But I never reached it. It was very close though. I got out before it went back to break even, and now I think my trade was luck. It depends. I don't know what time frame you were looking. What time frame you took your trade? Number one. And yeah, what your entry strategy is. In this case, if you utilize our same entry models, or you had your own entry strategy, let me know what it is. Important moment for us right now. You know that I'm not impressed with this bottom wick. I'm not impressed with this. I'm gonna go to lower time frame, I think. So the 4 hour has closed. Think about this here. Stick around 15 minutes for a while. $50, but also be aware of the 4 hour. Like again, it is major resistance, so Dollar is chilling. Yield is in resistance. Yeah, so if you break above here and we start really closing above it, and we can sense that the previous weekly POC is turning and flipping into somewhat support here, then it's worth it. If you don't see that, then we have to be a little bit patient here. Well, you know, internally we're definitely going to look at the range itself, because you're at the top of the range. We're going to look at the 5 minute. You know, if the 5 minute creates a double wick confirmation now in the previous weekly POC, then I might take a short still. Yeah, I might take a short still based upon that double wick there, tapping into it. The next 5 minute must do the same thing, and then putting our stops right above it, going for one more pullback into the range. The 4 hour here. Not impressed yet with the 4 hour and the 4 hour development here. As well as the wick of the 4 hour. I would have expected a much stronger move. Like we said at the beginning of the stream, we said if price comes down first and it creates somewhat like this, and you start breaking above, boom. Stronger continuation. Now, you can see it already. This weekly POC is holding up. So it's worth the trade on the lower time frame for me, with less risk. But we have to see a double wick, so we have to see another wick in that exact candle. Third wick is the entry. Third candle is the entry. So that would mean like something like this, stop loss there, and we target just the lows. But I want to see a double wick in that level. Something like that. Something like that's very interesting. Why? Because you have a 1 hour, 5 minute confirmation, entry model 1. If you tap into it again, the 4 hour open was relatively weak. The previous weekly POC is obviously a strong level. Yield is pushing. All right. Yield is really want to go. It had that consolidation expansion again. Like we said before, we had this kind of move here also. If we see something like like I said, a break below and a push up, accumulating more orders here and then pushing, I'll be much more confident about longs. In this case right now, I think that we are more interested in looking for one more pullback, but we need to see 2 candles stepping into the previous weekly POC. What is the relation with US government bonds, 10-year yield, and gold? Negative. Sometimes it's stronger, sometimes it's a bit weaker. At this particular moment, it's pretty decent. We're looking quite good. Granted, these Discord scammers are so funny. A new one today tried to get even more clever and put a random letter in your name instead of a number. They're pretty genius. They're pretty smart. Yeah. They're pretty smart. Do you reckon your stream affects the market? No, for sure not. Not a chance, not a chance. Not a chance, not a chance. If you take the anchored volume profile and just set it on the beginning of the day, you will see exactly the cell that you're speaking about now. Yeah, the anchored volume profile, yeah. We've been talking about this also a lot for the current day, but it's the same as this. It's not, you would say so at least. Yeah. It's the same. I usually don't utilize the same day, especially with a low volume day. That's why it's also not in the ebook itself, right? We have the current week, but we don't have the current day for that specific reason. At least I've tested it, and it's just too incongruent. There's this guy, Gold Trader Mo, who says his followers affect the market. Yeah. Yeah, we heard more people saying that their streams affect the market, right? Not calling any names, but anyways. Yeah. By the way, think about that, right? To put it in perspective. I believe on the Nasdaq, if I'm correct, I think around 600,000 contracts get executed. 600,000 contracts get executed on a single day here. So that is pretty wild, if you ask me. So it's pretty tough to during a trading session, by the way. Okay, so right now, so if you go to the 50-minute close in 8. Keep a close eye on his next candle. His next 5-minute candle. Lorenz, what did you watch? This is a... it's a sports watch, my friend. It's a G-Shock Casio special edition. A special edition G-Shock, my friend. It's the best thing I've ever bought in my life. The thing is undestroyable. A G-Shock. Exactly. You have an AP. You need to switch it up a bit. Why not Rolex instead of G-Shock? I mean, it's a sports watch, so I'm not sure if that makes sense here. All right, 30-minute closure is coming. Keep a close eye on it. So far, no entry confirmation on the lower time frame. So no entry from our side yet. We really want to see us break out of this tunnel. If you cannot find any entry models within. Do you plan to stop streaming at some point in the future, or when you get something you no longer want to share for free? No, I mean, for sure. The live streams are just fun, man. I'm really enjoying the live streams. It's fun because we're all trading the same thing. That's why it's fun, right? Or at least the OGs in our community now are trading the same thing. Like the people that are actually committed here, learning. So it's kind of like, I feel now that whenever we are on stream, we're doing it together every single time. So every single time when I trade on stream, I feel we're doing it together. So why would I change that? I kind of like it. You know, for our membership and everything, you know, we're currently closed for like, what, the last 4 weeks, but we're gonna open next week. It's a completely different level, obviously. But the live streams are setting such a good framework with the ebook. Because you have the ebook, right? You have the ebook to work with, and I'm constantly referring back to the ebook on the live streams all the time. So it's for you, oh, okay, page this, page that, page 50. All right, this. So it's constantly being advised based upon the ebook what we're currently waiting for, what we currently are seeing. So no, man, the streams are part of our, a part of the journey now. Okay. There will come an end to everything, eventually, of course. That's how the cycle of life works. But for now, we're good. We're chilling. Yes. It's better when you're in a winning streak, of course, when you're losing, right? What tends to happen when you're losing? So, for example, we had 44 trades. Like right now over the past, like, couple months. 44 trades. 30 trades which ended up in an outcome. So, win or lose. 25 wins, 5 losses. You bet. If we're gonna lose at some point, 2 times in a row, yeah? Watch this. 2 times in a row. The whole chat's gonna change. Except, our core group. The rest, the whole sentiment is gonna shift. You will see it. Emotions, doubts, fear, anxiety, everything is gonna come. But we need losses to become a better version. It's all fun when we're winning, and when we're having like an 11 win streak right now. It's all fun and games. I get it. But the real G's are gonna be shown when we're losing. I'm just saying. Alright? Then the real G's are gonna come out. Now everyone is my G. We're gonna find out. We're at some point. Unavoidable. So yeah, we're chilling. We're chilling in the range still. 30 minutes now. We have news in about 30 minutes. This might have something to do with it. All right. This might be something that we have to be aware of. So yeah, maybe that's why gold's chilling. Okay, for now. And if he can break out, then fantastic. Then let's flip it into support. Are your losses bigger than your winnings, or is it pretty even? I mean, sometimes we have small wins, sometimes we have big wins. When we have like one loss could equal one bigger win. Something like that. But it's not that one loss will cost me 10 wins or 5 wins or 6 wins. No way. Yeah, it's maybe 1 or 2 losses. Could say, it depends on the average win. So the average win is pretty solid, right? Not talking about the smaller wins. So I think it's like a 1 to 2 and a half, which is pretty reasonable. If I would get a full loss, right? If I would not close my position earlier, if I would not scale out of my position, if I would just full loss. Okay, we broke out. Okay. No entry models on the lower time frame. We gave it a go. Why? No double wick confirmation, right? If the double wick confirmation was there, we had a trade here. So in this case, you see this particular zone. If that would be the case and your third candle would break the lows of that candle, we would have had a trade. No confirmation. Now we're breaking above it. Now let's see if we have the balls to potentially calm down, turn this into support and look for that continuation play. Okay. We're gonna face resistance once again at 2246. So be aware. Any retracement could align with news. We have news coming in right, 30 minutes still. But we're getting at least somewhere now. Yeah. Another layer is this, the retest entry limit order. Okay. But then your stop loss is gonna be, it's gonna be really big. Just so you know. Then the stop is gonna be big. The stop has to go below here. So that's like a retracement limit entry targeting the highs, TP1 around the manipulation of the highs here. Looking for that continuation play. Just look on the lower time frame to see how it develops. And then put our stop loss there. That's one layer. If you cannot do that, right? If you think that's not possible for me because that's too big. For the risk reward, it's fine. The risk reward is good. But when it comes down to your entry model, then it has to come back and it has to show you an entry model on the lower time frame. It has to show you at least somewhat of a break. And then on page 50, somewhat of an entry model where you come down, you get into it, and you hold and you break the candle, your 3 candle formation. Okay? So it's either gonna be for you the retest, a reaction, small reaction, entry with a bigger stop, or it's gonna be, you're gonna be patient, you're gonna wait for an entry model on the lower time frame when it looks and it taps into it, and you're gonna get your stop and you set your stop aggressive below that initial zone, below that wick, whatever the case may be, right? Then your entry is going to be something like this. Something like this, maybe. Right? That's another layer. So up to you to decide what you prefer. But if, let's say, if I take a trade here and I put my stop there, and you want to do it there, and you're going to put your stop here, yeah, then that's not the wisest move. That's not the smartest decision, if that makes sense, right? Because then price pulls down, you get stopped out, I don't, and then price still plays out, and then we have you know, problems again. So you know the entry models to look out for. The most important thing is by far, by default here, is just waiting for price to tap into the zone once, at least, and to see how we respond from it. Definitely. So I'm not going to set a direct limit order. I'm just going to watch price, see how it responds, and then potentially here. If the news reverses and boom, we're going to come down right away, then I would still look for entries on the lower time frame based upon the previous week you see below it. But yeah, that's the second option. We need to see if it's a fake out or a break. Yeah, exactly. You do that by waiting for the retracement into the previous weekly PVC and showing you that 3-step candle formation on the lower time frames. $15 respect in the previous daily very low. Okay, so if you come, you know, if that decides to hold here, which I actually doubt because of the, you know, everything that we currently are building. I think we're really building a lot of stop losses here now. This swipe is interesting, right? That low, that swipe was good. That's why it's usually a good sign. But yeah, let's see what the retracement is like. We're not there yet. We're not at the 2343 yet there. Yeah, you want to avoid fake out, so you're trying to do your best to try to avoid it based upon these confirmations. In this case, sometimes we're more aggressive, but that usually has nothing to do with the tunnel play. What's your exit strategy if your trade goes up? Well, if, let's say you get in around there, stop loss is wider for me personally. I target the previous Sunday open. Then I would go for the TPs for sure around there. Somewhere around here. What I tend to do is I tend to take profits quite quickly. It reduces my risk to reward. It makes me able to trail my stop when it makes sense. So I'm not going on break even. I'm trailing my stop loss. And when I go, I can go here. And if you have, you know, we have sometimes these runners. And these runners are what we're looking for. So it's somewhat around there. All right. Somewhat around there is what I would aim for. Potentially the swipe of the highs. So yeah, let's see how we are. If it's a fake out or if it's actually now flipping support. Okay, that's one. For example, looks like a fake out. We're gonna find out. Overall pretty choppy. Have you ever traded cacao? Yeah, I have. In the past, yeah. Why? You're trading it too? Coffee. Also. Yeah, we're gonna find out. Bro, moving averages do work, right? Like EMA 50 or 200. Moving averages are pretty, yeah, decent. It's just, I don't need it for the strategy. Depends how you want to utilize it. When is the updated version? You will see. Will take some time still. Step by step, right? It's direct feedback. It's a combination of feedback. It's a combination of step by step as well. Not yeah, get people too overwhelmed right away. Okay, that's good. So let's say this candle right now, right? The 15-minute is gonna close in 4 minutes. Then the next candle it can also be the 30-minute, by the way. It doesn't matter. If you see a closure above it, the next candle comes down, creates a bottom wick. It doesn't really matter how big it is in this case. And it breaks the highs. Buy. I'm gonna take a buy. I'm gonna probably take a buy stop. Set a buy stop right there. And put my stop below the wick of the previous candle. Like something like that. If you will break this this buy, let's say this candle closes now above the POC. Next candle comes down, it breaks up. And we break the candle, we break the wick. I will probably take out and go for a setup that looks something like this. Would wait for a massive break. If you take out the stop losses here somewhat above, then I would take some profits along the way and then fill my stop and then run it until the previous Sunday open. If you have the strength to hold up here. So it's this candle now. Closing above is most important in 17 minutes. And then we also have the news right away, right? The final news, whatever, coming out. Let's see if that has an effect on the price. And then you have that break, you have that closure, and then you have the next candle that breaks the wick. So something like that, depending on where the wick is at, of course, right? Depending on where it goes. And then it's always slightly higher than the actual price. Price rarely taps into a key level without going through it first. and then closing below it. So if we stay within this range, right? And you break this, you hold this low. The next candle comes and it breaks the high. Then you're looking at like a 2 to 1 with an average of like, I think 1 to 1. Why 30 minute and not 50 minute? Because it's 15 minutes before the news. That's the main reason. So it's something like that. It's also the 1 hour closed right away, which is another confirmation, right? You close a 1 hour candle above the previous weekly POC. If you close below it, invalidation. Lorenz, is there a black and white version of LTA? Yes. You have a white version as well. It's in your email. You can select which one you want to download, the black or the white version. Go. So let's say you close below it, all right? And you close below the fixed VaH high. Man, you have to understand that this is like a 200, it's a 200 pip move. Like it's from here to there. So from this whole range right here, from there to there, we're talking 210 pips roughly. So that's also really clean. If we just get a closure below and we don't get into our buy stop because we don't have a closure above the previous weekly POC and we start breaking below the fixed VaH high, then the next level is the fixed POC, which is much lower. And you know, that's a bigger move. So that's the 23, 2316 you're targeting. So that's plan B if it goes there. But the closure is what matters now. What lot size should I use for 5k account on gold? I would not use a fixed lot size. That's my suggestion. Depends on the strategy you trade. So if you have like a low pip strategy, right, where you go for like the low pip moves, a fixed lot size makes sense. If you go for like RRs, you know, the average pip values, you know, the little bit higher targets, the higher, you know, the bigger potential moves in the markets, then yeah, I would just use a trade manager to do it for you instead of you having to calculate it every single time. Make a second plan. Yeah, I cannot give a second plan yet because I don't know what the candle confirmation will show me in regards to stop loss and all that stuff. So it really depends on what the what the confirmation is going to be. Like it really depends, but it's yeah. We know our key levels. We know the closures, the confirmations. We have 11 minutes to go. If price comes down and it flips the hourly and it closes an hourly candle below it, then you see a 4-hour candle flip to the downside. Yeah, man, that's not a good sign. You know, usually what tends to happen is that you want to enter on the break of that wick, right? In this case, because you have then a double wick confirmation in that zone, which is also then on the, you know, on the 2-hour break of that zone here. So you start breaking that level and you start coming down. So that's plan B. If you start going down and you start breaking this this level 23.35, you start really breaking this. Yeah, then I think there is pretty easy traction towards the downside. Unless there's a lot of choppy manipulation, whatever the case may be, then that's definitely not. Yeah, then that's gonna be annoying. But I do believe that, you know, after this news, I think we might make the move of the day. And if that's the case, then that's kind of the way to do it, I think. A sell stop below here and then a buy stop above here if we manage to close this hourly candle above. Which now doesn't look like it will, to be real honest with you. But you have 10 minutes to go, so you never know. You never know. If price in the next 5 minutes comes down and it flips bullish and it closes above it, it's very strong still. So the next closure of the 1-hour candle is the most important for now in this case, because it will show us everything here. For upside potential, for downside potential, you're gonna see a 4-hour flip and you're gonna break the lows. Yeah, that's worth the trade. That's worth the short. Because you still have the previous weekly POC holding you. But again, it's gonna be a bigger stop loss. So it's up to you to you know, to decide how you manage it. Right? So it's something like that that will do it for us here. The previous weekly POC so far holding up. So far strong resistance. It's the area where the most volume has been traded last week. So far we have a hard time breaking it. So we have like, what, 10 minutes? 9 minutes. 9 minutes, yeah. Guys, do you have any support spot on your team? I will be happy to work with you. Man, actually, we have... That's a good point, my friend. Let me... Send me a message on Instagram. Send me a message on IG. By the way, follow your guy on IG right now. All right, we just started our new IG account. We're not doing anything on it now. We're back. We're back in the game to rock and roll here. Okay, let's make it happen. All right, follow your guy right now. If you want to have some nice updates, if you want to have some, you know, some LTA on a day-to-day basis next to the streams here. Why did you use the previous daily value low? Because we're already in a tunnel here, right? The problem is if you're gonna start marking out the levels here, number one, no entry model was there regardless. So if you start breaking above it, we're gonna only looking for buys. I'm not looking for sells up here. I'm not interested in selling from the previous daily value low. Why? Because if I sell from the previous daily value area low into the previous weekly POC, I have like a really small window of opportunity. I don't know where to put my stop loss. That makes sense. I don't know anything about where I can, manage my risk accordingly. I have practically no information. Now, the only thing in regards to selling for me personally was either here internally on the lower time frame when I got a confirmation, or on the break of this low. So buying is my only interest from there. Something like that. We're gonna find out here. Bro, are you passing funded accounts? I keep blowing my funded accounts. So you think that if I pass the funded account for you, that your funded account magically is gonna work out in your favor? I doubt it. So you can buy these pass my funded challenge, this and that. But if you cannot manage your funded account anyways, if you cannot even pass the challenge anyways, then why should you bother? Right? No shortcuts, my friend. No fucking shortcuts. All right? On a Friday. Yeah, I agree. No shortcuts. Data, bro. Gonna get our data. That's it. Four minutes. I doubt we're gonna close here. So this might be the invalidation. I doubt we're gonna close above here, above the previous weekly POC, but we'll see. We'll see. I am tempted to place a sell stop already. Why? Because it's the 2 hour break, the double wick, the break of the candle, the continuation potential play here, stop loss above the wick, and then looking for a pullback. Again, a continuation down. All right, the 4 hour follow through, I could better say. Unless the news will ruin it for us. That's the question. Will the news ruin it for us? We'll see. I don't think so. But anything can happen, of course. But I doubt we're gonna close above here. So I'm looking more into this now, which is then the 4 hour break of the candle. Right? It's the multiple rejections from the previous weekly POC. I did text you on Instagram. I hope we can make it work. Sounds good, my friend. I'll get back to you. Yeah. Thank you. Lorenzo, I don't think we stress this enough. Let's speak on behalf of everyone on LTA. We appreciate you, man. You're changing lives. I know you have changed mine. I got funded with 200K with Fund It Next. My soldier. Amazing. So what made the difference for you? Give me a live testimonial in the chat. What made the difference? Let's see if you are on point here. All right. Let's see if we are actually on point here. Yeah, okay, the bias was invalidated. I would be super surprised if we break above here after this before the closure. So the sell is the only thing I'm interested in. If we start breaking the low, stop above, yeah, it's gonna be a bigger stop, fam. That's it. It's gonna be a bigger stop. So if you can deal with it, then lower time frame, retracement, entry model, confirmation, setup. Nothing I can do about it. Is that wick? Is that high? Is that same level? If price pulls up and we get in drawdown, we still have the previous weekly POC again to potentially hold us and pushes us back. So be aware of that. Yeah, it's something like that. Just so you know, stop order is gonna be, yeah, it's gonna be set, I think, there, man. It's too bad for the big wick, indeed. So yeah, internal lows. The average risk reward will be fine. There we go. Why it can never be normal? Let me see if it's, yeah, okay, there we go. Looks a bit better. Still not the perfect, but anyways. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna put my my sell stop here. Let's look at the outcome real quick. It's still pending. Dollar is moving down. Okay, it's still moving up. Okay, for sure sell stop below now. Yeah, for sure the sell stop will be placed below. It just disappears. All right. Yeah, okay, sell stop I'm gonna set to below 23.35. 22.47 is gonna be the stop above the wick. It is what it is there. Entry, of course, the fixed POC. Fixed POC. Right, the break of that wick is what I'm now looking for. So yeah, that's the sell stop right there. In case we still we don't get there, we close above it. We close our sell stop. We close our sell stop. That's the idea here. So yeah, let's get back into that range. So 22 to 35. So I want to break, not just the hourly here. I want to break the 4 hour. So the previous 4 hour or low. We took out the high already, right? We took out the high already. If we now take out the lows, I think there is a big chance of a follow through. Especially because of the rejection from the previous week POC. 2 wicks, break of the fixed value high. Break of the previous candle low. And then of course going directly for the lows here. Let me know if that makes sense, fam. All right. And in case the hourly candle again or the 30-minute candle again, we start closing above the POC, right? We might cancel our sell stop and we look again into the rest, into what we previously were talking about, which is this high, taking out this high, but there is it's probably going to be a smaller stop based upon that wick. We have to find out here. But again, this hourly candle right now, right, looks fancy, pushing up, has no bottom wick. The bigger the wick, the bigger the flip, the bigger the chance for continuation. Selling gold is over in 4 hours. Now it will go up all the way till to 2360. Okay, so perfect. That's the exact level I was waiting for. In case we break the highs and in case we close above the previous weekly POC. We were unable to break above the previous weekly POC so far. So, or close above it, sorry. Close above the previous weekly POC. So if we close above it, then I immediately close my sell stop. But for now, no. What's the entry model? It's actually the entry model 1 on the 2 hour. If you look at it from this perspective. Multiple different ways. You have a double wick into that key level. And you have to break off the second candle. So what needs to happen is you need to break within the next hour. Yes. Overall, the 1 hour is actually just like squeezing our tunnel. But I'm not impressed with this bottom wicker. No bottom wick on the 1 hour. So I'm always pretty careful when I see that. And again, for sure, when you see that in combination with multiple rejections here, it's definitely not what I want to, what I want to see for buys yet, right? So if you close above it, then maybe. Then depends on the next candle. If you then create a strong bottom wick and you flip and you break the high, then a buy stop to 2360. Yeah, that would be a little bit of a different alternative depending on where the wick is. But I doubt it for sure. Like we'll see, but we'll see. So for now, why don't we start the candle flip? Because the candle flip does not mean, you know, you're flipping in that tunnel, like we said, between two very important key levels. There's a reason right now why we're holding above this level and below this level. So if you flip bearish on, let's say, the 4 hour here, right? That's still within that range. If you flip on the hourly, it's fine. But again, you have to put it in a bigger, you know, look in the bigger perspective. You want to break. Our entry model 1 is the 2 hour. So 1, 2, 3. You want to break the second candle. Right? Normally you would say, okay, you can enter on the flip. But because you have the fixed VaH high there, you want to make sure you break the wick. And the only reason why I say normally enter on the flip is because you take out the highs, right? Like you said. But the break is what matters because you can get that double confirmation at the same time. Yeah, man, I think there is a chance of that bounce. Like all the news behind us right now. So either gold is gonna make a move in the next hour, or we don't have a trade today. And it has just been a choppy session, New York session. Didn't you see the power of 3, accumulation, manipulation to the POC, and now the distribution? If you see this, the consolidation, the expansion, and then the retracement, you can say that's an entry model 3 as well. But for us, it's the same. That's the exact same thing as our entry model 1 on the 2 hour. It's the same thing. So there's no difference there. So it depends on what time frame you're looking at it. Instant running 6 pips sell from 23.43, move to stop loss to break even. Stop to break even already. That's pretty fast then. I'll put it on break even when we enter. If that's the case, if you're in that trade, if you took it from there. How to determine when to break even in the trade? Great question. So first of all, is there news, yes or no? Right? Are there potential scenarios coming up? Are there potential events coming up that could ruin your setup? That's one layer. If that's a no, okay, interesting. What's the sentiment like? Is it like, is there a lot of volume? Is price very choppy? Is price very, so like right now, is there no volume? Price is choppy. There's no follow through. Is that happening? Yes or no? Okay. No. Now, then you can be a bit more aggressive. Yes. Okay. Maybe be a bit more tight. Be a bit more cautious. It's just taking each day in consideration. What's the session like? What kind of our events are we having? What's like, where are we at in like the weekly cycle right now? Like, we know a lot of different layers. What is the higher time frame telling you? Most importantly, the sentiment is, I think, where the game changes are. So I place it mainly on, okay, is there news? What time do I enter? Is it before the New York Stock Exchange is open? Is it after? Like, there's so many layers. This takes time to develop. But we have seen with gold many times before that out of nowhere, price just starts to go randomly after an hour or like 2 hours from now, after the London closure. So when the London closes, boom, a couple hours before the daily candle closure, the weekly closure, boom, volume kicks in on a Friday. Price starts moving. Like it happens. What time is it where you're at? It's 10 p.m. on a Friday. What a commitment, fam. Okay, let's go. Let's follow through that. And let's break that low. And let's have actually some follow through. A 4-hour break. And if you get back into the range right away in drawdown, then yeah, we have the POC still. We'll see how it goes, but yeah, it's gotta be good if the yield holds here. So if the yield decides to hold in this level here, and it comes up, it's done. Done deal. Yeah, it's just the current correlation is like slowing down a little bit. But what is interesting is the retracement of the yield and gold not going up. I find that I always look at like, okay, what's happening? Like, is the yield going up? Okay, what's gold doing? Gold's not moving? What happens if the yield reverses here? Will gold move here? All right, we're getting close. Need to break the low. If you have spreads, make sure you put it a little bit lower so you don't get, you know, tacked into your position when you don't need it, where you don't need to. Anyway, so how much will the VIP will be? We're still thinking about it. We'll come back to you with it. Keep a close eye on the streams. Will not be too wild. So far, 1 hour. Didn't close above here. Okay. We still have that. We're still holding above the fixed failure high. We're still holding. I did like this swipe though. That's good. It's pretty decent. You know, you consolidate, you break the highs, you swipe the lows first, you break the highs, and then you start breaking the internal lows. How long is stream already? 2 hours. Wow. Slow markets. For now. There's also pretty very low at 22.35, which is why I thought the zone is providing to be so tough. Yeah, the fixed very high is where it's at. Like you can see it. Any break below it now is what we're looking for. We have been tapping into it multiple times now already. We're actually creating yeah, how did you say it? Equal lows. As well. Just have to be patient, fam. Unless the hourly closes above here, then this is an invalidation. Then our sell stop is invalidated. We close our sell stop. But yeah. On days like these, let's play the patience game here. The hourly candle is developing. The tunnel is there for a reason. Yo, give me 1 sec, fam. I need a new drink. You know what's up. Oh, wow. We moved 4 pips. Wow. Nah, that's gonna do it. That is gonna do it. By the way, guys, I was just looking outside for a second. Went outside for like a minute. It's the full moon, so actually we should be buying. No, sell stops are still there. Yeah, so I'm gonna give it until yeah, not too long, fam. If we stay around here for a while, then it's just for me not worth it. Like I think you get it, right? You get it. You get it. Let's see. Lorenzo, your birth sign is Cancer. No, I am a I don't know. How do you call that? How do you call that? Libra. I think. Do you like Max Verstappen? Yeah, so my, you know. Yeah, well, for sure. Yeah, some Dutch, you know, success. Why not? Why not? For sure. Bro, did you try Pakistani traditional food? No, I've never tried Pakistani traditional food. At least I'm not sure. No, I don't think so. I am gonna eat Indian food this weekend though. Because I have my favorite Indian restaurant here in Bali, which is one of my favorite restaurants. It's incredible food. Incredible. How do you call that? The butter chicken with the cheese naan. It's the best. You're in Bali, you should try surfing. you bet. I've been surfing a lot. Lately, not really though. But before, yeah. Now, did you hear about Kerala in India? No, I don't know what it is. What is that? What is your sell stop price? It is at 22.35. 22.35. Yeah. If the hourly closes, I'm done, fam. And if we don't close, you know. If you don't get triggered, then I'm done. And we're gonna head into Discord, talk there a little bit with my degens in the chat. Right, we have the most active chat, I think. It's actually ridiculous. It's actually crazy. We're implementing all kinds of rules though, so we keep it a bit organized. We try to do our best, but it's just, you know, it's a little bit crazy. We have also the LTA forum for our VIP. Yeah, that's just top. Top notch. First time on your channel, love from India. Thank you, man. Press a sub. Subscribe to this channel. Your boy is on the way to the 80. Okay, we're getting there. Just so you know. We were at 70 the 26th of April. We're almost at 80. So we're gonna reach the 80 at the end of the month, right? Maybe next stream. Your boy's getting there. Yeah. Yeah. Your boy's getting there. Nice. Share your channel to 3 of my brothers and they did subscribe. Yeah. Awesome, bro. Awesome. Let them download the ebook so they know exactly what we're doing on stream. Why we're doing what we're doing. No more random stuff. Okay. No random shit. It is all information. Information. And information. Especially for you, my friend. For you and for you. And for you. Is this ebook your strategy? Yeah, the ebook is the framework, right? It's a strategy, isn't it? It's the framework of the strategy. I think the combination of the ebook and the streams will give you a good start. Yeah. What happened with the third indicator? A lot of stuff, bro. Like, we're constantly innovating, my friend. We're constantly innovating, step by step. You know, you might not believe it, but LTA is only released. LTA only got released 5 weeks ago. It sounds crazy, but it's the reality. After the LTA release, straight to the moon. So yeah, 5 weeks is nothing when it comes down to like sharing, you know, information. And, you know, it's actually not much. So yeah, no, give it a couple months, man. Step by step, you know. We'll get there. Is TradingView better than MetaTrader? I mean, like TradingView is kind of like, you know, it's like your Apple, right? It's like your Apple device. And then MetaTrader is like Windows XP. That's how you should compare it. That's all I can say. So yeah, you draw your own conclusion. But we trade on MetaTrader. We analyze on TradingView. Just so you know. Bro, TradingView is hardware. A MetaTrader is the software. Yeah. MetaTrader is from 2001. Yeah, yeah. At some point, we're all gonna trade on TradingView. At some point. But yeah, we're used to it, right? We're kind of used to it now. But for my analysis, yeah, TradingView is a must. There's no way I could do proper analysis on MetaTrader. It's impossible. It's just not possible. Yeah, the more I'm waiting here, the more I'm sitting here waiting for my entry now, the more I'm like, I don't think this is gonna be it. There's just no volume fan, you know. We can try to go for a 2-pip move if you want to, but either give it more time, you know, below, looking for that continuation play to the downside. If the volume kicks in later on, sometimes the volume comes in after the London closure, right? The last 2 hours before the daily candle closure, like the weekly closure, the volume suddenly starts to kick in. That's still, you know, that's like 2.5 hours. That's like 2.5 hours from now. So I see the potential still, but we need some volume, fam, in order for us to break through here. You know, we can sit here waiting another like 2 hours for it to play out. But yeah, that's just gonna be it's gonna be long, right? Five-minute range, right? Yes, we have been consolidating. If we said, okay, we close an hourly candle above, the sell stop is invalidated right away. In this moment, yeah, we might see a somewhat of a following through, but you know, the question is there gonna be enough volume when we break through it? Or is it just gonna be another swipe and another pushback and we're in drawdown and then we have to wait and sit it out and then see if there is potential from there, okay? I'm gonna leave it like that with the stream today, fam, because I don't see the follow through for now. Yeah, I'll keep a close eye on the 20 to 35. That's the only level I could take consideration. Overall, another winning week. Okay. Usually the Fridays are a little bit more aggressive. It might still come later on, right? So if you are willing to take that and trade it, then pay attention after the London or like around the London closure. I would say. Okay. We gave it enough time. So yeah, man. What can I say? What can I say? Winning week again. Our last loss was the 28th of March. Yeah, volume and then we're gonna make some money, man. That's how it works. So let's sit it out. Let's see. Let's be patient. See how it goes. And yeah. Anyways, don't force anything. Wait for price to move here. And I think that's the better thing for our strategy also in this case right now. Gave it more than enough time to move forward here. Okay? Just so you know. All right. No need to force it. No need to force it. All right? If price breaks below the 22.35, pay attention to it. See if there's potential. See if there is maybe a retracement in the fixed very high. finally flip it into resistance and look for continuation down. But yeah, you're most likely going to hold your position for hours. If that's the case here. Okay? Which is, you know, fine if you're cool with that. Right? So yeah. And if price shoots up in your drawdown and the market closes, there's also another layer. We need to see some follow through. And the hourly keeps holding above the fixed value or a high. At some point you think, oh, at any moment we can flip bearish, we can break below. But then it pops up again and it holds here. Not seeing a closure. Okay. If you see an hourly closure below, that's a good sign. But the break of the wick is, I think, better. Like a serious break into the wick here. You know, getting in towards, first of all, that gap. Maybe going for the lows. But you need to see that follow through. Okay. And if price closes an hourly candle above it, this for sure is invalidated. And then it's about breaking this wick, the previous wick high, to potentially see if there is volume. If you can take it to the continuation play. All right. Overall, man, massive learning. If you learned something this week, press a yes in the chat. Okay. It was absolutely another killer week, man. Last week was a killer week. Last week were bigger winners. The two massive winners. This week, price was slightly different here. Yeah, we're going to have these weeks. Sometimes bigger winners, sometimes smaller winners. It's the average. The average is what matters here. Okay? So keep learning, studying. The schedule will be the same next week. Tuesday to Friday. Okay? Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. If the Fridays are super boring, we might gonna set it to Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I just need 1 day a week of full focus to work on the lecture series in our group. You know, make sure that the VIP is settled. It's good. New content comes out every week. So that's all settled. But most importantly, I'm gonna keep streaming for you, man. Keep getting in, setting in these trades, executing, helping, guidance. Management was a big deal this week. Trade management, super important. Without our proper risk management, we would have been wrecked. But that's why we're doing what we're doing, okay? To avoid that. I love you guys. Thank you for the love, thank you for the support. We're sitting at like what? 1.6k likes. I take that, all right? And let's make it happen, fam. Let's keep it up. And let's do what we do best. And that is winning. Yeah? Let's go. Thank you, fam. See you next week. Another killer week. That's so sick. LTA, baby.